According to the federal government, motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death for people between the ages of 16 and 20. The death toll has prompted a comprehensive review of Maryland's licensing laws, and some big changes are expected. Larry Roberts reports tonight's cover story, Dying to Drive.
For many teenagers, a car is more than a means of transportation. It's status and popularity on wheels. You're cool, and you know it. It's dismissal time at Glenelg High School in Howard County, and students are anxious to hit the road. So anxious that most of them blow right through the first stop sign they see on the way out. For some teens, a car is simply an expression of their growing independence.
It gives you a lot more freedom. Go out with your friends, don't depend on, your parents to drive you around.
But with that freedom comes responsibility, a fact that too many teenagers seem to forget or choose to ignore. Showing off like that is not only against the law, it can have deadly consequences. But that kind of risk-taking is not surprising to the AAA's Sharon Perry.
The child's excited to, first of all, have a license, have that freedom. The fact that the child doesn't have that much experience, teen doesn't have that much experience, I don't think parents realize that when they give the child the keys to the vehicle, how deadly it could be.
Paramedic 39, respond for a motor vehicle accident.
Teen drivers and passengers are dying at an alarming rate. In Maryland, 14% of all fatal accidents involve teenagers, even though they account for only 5% of the state's driving population. Faced with such carnage, MVA Administrator Ann Farrow says a task force is about to recommend tougher standards for driver education and testing.
Most of our driver education curriculums are based on what we knew about the driver 20 and 30 years ago. Most of the accident data shows that the largest trend in those accidents and in those fatalities among our young adult drivers is inexperience.
Fresh out of driving school, 17-year-old Jennifer Labont is about to take her driving test at MVA headquarters in Glen Burnie.
Okay, I need your signature here, your address right here, and your age on the end for me.
Jennifer's had 30 hours of classroom instruction and 6 hours of formal road training. But how will she do under pressure?
Hands are sweating. My hands are sweating.
You'll be all right.
Passengers are forbidden, but we'll be able to watch Jennifer's progress through a special camera mounted on the dashboard.
While you're on the course, I want you to drive just as you would on a regular street, obeying all the rules and regulations of the road. And also want you to use your automatic turn signals whenever necessary, okay? All right, whenever you're ready.
20% will fail on the first try. It's a nerve-wracking experience all drivers can relate to.
All right, this part of your test is your turnabout. What I want you to do is turn your vehicle around inside this box so it's facing the opposite direction.
She still has to parallel park, but halfway through the course, it appears that Jennifer's hard work is paying off. But the highly controlled MVA course doesn't come close to simulating actual driving conditions. On the highway, teen drivers will encounter heavy traffic, higher speeds, and aggressive drivers. Some believe it makes a lot more sense to take the test on the road.
And unfortunately, sometimes when they get their license, they think they know how to drive. And that couldn't really be further from the truth. The fact
Harry Reese is Jennifer's instructor and the owner of the Summit Driving School.
I've had people that know how to back up, park, and turn about and couldn't drive home from the test.
Okay, I want you to drive straight up the course until I tell you to stop.
Competence behind the wheel comes from experience and maturity. In Maryland, teenagers can get a learner's permit 3 months before their 16th birthday. But under current law, they only have to hold it for 2 weeks, which doesn't leave much time for practice.
A lot of inexperienced provisional drivers could be on the road if they've really only had their learner's permit for only 2 weeks. One of the things the work group is talking about is going to a 6-month learner's permit.
The task force is also considering increasing the amount of formal road training from 6 to 8 hours, lengthening the provisional licensing period from 1 year to 18 or 24 months, and changing the curfew from midnight to 10 p.m. As you might expect, these ideas aren't very popular among teens.
I don't know, it's just like the night just starts at 10 and it's just, I don't think it's anything to worry about coming home at 12.
It would cramp your style.
Exactly.
Impairment is real simple. It begins with your first drink.
In Howard County, judges now have a new option for teens convicted of serious traffic offenses. It's called You Are Responsible.
It can happen to anybody.
Trauma nurse Karen Parkinson makes the point with a graphic presentation.
This is what happens when your face hits the windshield. It'll take 2 weeks for that swelling to really go down. It'll take about 48 hours before I can even go to surgery with that patient. This, on the other hand, is an actual seatbelt injury. I don't know about you, but that doesn't look that bad.
Jennifer knows the rules of the road, but can she parallel park?
You must be 12 inches or closer to the curb. When you feel you're close enough, put your car in park and I'll check it for you.
More teens fail here than any other part of the course, but Jennifer hangs tough.
Is that right?
Okay, put it in park when you want me to check it. Okay, that's fine.
After the final stop sign, Jennifer is home free. She just doesn't know it yet.
That was fine. So you passed. You take that inside the building to station number 2 and they'll issue your license.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
It feels great. Now I can get where I need to go by myself. Don't have to worry about anybody else.
Smile if you like. Hold it.
But as a new driver, Jennifer's real test is just beginning.
Are you relieved?
Yes.
Larry Roberts, Fox 45, News at 10.
Final recommendations from the Teen Driving Task Force are expected in December. If you'd like more information on how to help the teen driver in your family, call the Maryland AAA at 410-821-3912.
Well, coming up in tomorrow night's cover story.